Hello, MGTOW. Hello, men. This is Howard Dare. Thanks for stopping by. So, I want to talk about 5 tips to be happy in life. But first, let me say thank you to everybody who's been stopping by, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, even donating. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead, click the subscribe button, click the bell symbol next to it, and accept the email notifications. It'll help me grow my channel, and I'd really appreciate it. So, 5 tips to be happy in life. And I'm going to take them in reverse order, so I want you to stick around to the end. Now, tip number 5, don't care what other people think about you. And I don't mean, be obnoxious or don't take care of yourself. What I mean is don't be overly concerned with the opinions of other people. I watch a lot of videos on YouTube and a lot of angry people out there. You can tell that the reason that they're angry is because they haven't lived up to some sort of expectation. It's not really clear. Like, you can tell that they're angry, you can tell that they're frustrated, you can tell that they have a lot of energy, right? And they have this kind of weird, in other words, men belittle other men that they don't think are masculine enough, okay? So what I'm saying to you is that I think that the person doing that is actually upset with themselves for not being masculine enough. So they're projecting it outwards, okay? So what I'm saying to you is, don't judge yourself by these other people's standards. Judge yourself by your own standards and develop your own standards and be fair with yourself. Okay? And if you're making progress, you're doing good. You're on the right track. So look at it from that way. Internal validation, internal motivation. In other words, find out what you really care about. That's your primary concern. Okay, moving on. And this is related. You'll see these things all tie together. Number 4, have your own plans to be happy and don't include anybody else. Like you don't need anybody to go along with you for all of this stuff to work out. Have a plan for your life that you, by yourself, can actualize. Maybe you want to be famous. Maybe you want to be very successful at something. Maybe you want to create art. Maybe you want to help other people. I don't know. But the trick is that you can do it and other people can't stop you. Because here's another thing that I see. Frustration by people not reaching their life's goals. And generally, they're blaming someone. I'm suggesting that you don't do that. That you take that responsibility on yourself. That you become completely responsible for the quality of your future. So, whatever plans you're making, whether, you want to graduate school, you want to become healthy, you want to make a lot of money, plan it out in such a way that it depends upon you, not on other people. Like, don't be like, oh, I want to get this person to give me a scholarship. I want to get this person to let me live rent-free for a couple more years. I mean, I understand everybody's got their difficulties in their situation, so don't go crazy, but make your progress in your life dependent upon your efforts. And I know it might not be easy to do, but it's going to stop you from blaming other people, right? Don't be a feminist. Don't be a bitch, okay? All right, you understand. Moving on. Number 3, trust yourself. Don't be nervous. Don't doubt yourself. If you're being true to yourself, as I've suggested, in number 5, if you are relying upon yourself, as I've suggested, in number 4, there's nothing for you to be nervous about. You don't want anything from anybody. You're not trying to trick anybody. You know what you're doing, now go forward and do it. That's all. There's nothing to be nervous about. There's nothing to be awkward about. There's nothing to be scared about. I mean, you can have your doubts, right? Of course. And you're going to have obstacles that you have to overcome, and sometimes it's going to be hard to maintain, a really positive attitude. That's understandable, right? Sometimes your emotions are going to go out of control and stuff like that. Maybe blaming people, right? Maybe feeling put upon, like, it's not fair, like the burden is too great upon you. I understand. I mean, I think that everybody has these feelings, okay? So reining them in and getting them under control, as difficult as that might seem, I think that it's something that everybody has to do and a stage that everybody has to go through. Kind of like, I remember once, long time ago, I wanted some candy and my mother just didn't care whether I got it or not. Seems like she wasn't going to get it for me. And I was in the supermarket and I literally laid down on the ground and cried, And I was only about 4 years old at the most. And I remember like doing it for about, 20 seconds and thinking, what the hell am I doing? Nobody cares. It's not getting, it's not working. So I just got up and dusted myself off. So don't do that, right? Don't adopt that attitude towards the things you want in life. Unfortunately, I didn't learn the lesson. You know what I mean? Now, I continued to hold on to that attitude. I didn't lay down on the floor and cry, but, symbolically, maybe, in some sort of strange way. Not sure if that's directly related to the option I was talking about. Okay, moving on. Number 2, be truthful. Express your feelings. Now, keep in mind, this does not mean telling people that you want free money from them or you want a safe space from them. That's that's retarded. That's the sign of a troubled mind. What I'm saying is that if they're taking advantage of you at work and they're calling you in on too many shifts, you can tell them, look, this is very difficult for me. It actually, makes me feel bad about myself being pushed around like this. I want to keep the job. I want to work the hours. I want to bout. But you can't call me an hour before the shift and just act like I'm going to do it because, it takes away my independence. So it makes me feel like a slave. Makes me, feel like 2 inches tall. Now, you don't need to get angry, right? And you don't need to express it like that. But you do need to express it. And I think you're going to find something very important, that if you'll express how you feel without great expectations on other people, like, therefore I demand that you do this or you do that, and I demand that you recognize this or that. If you'll just tell people, hey, I think you're being a little unfair towards me, and I would appreciate it if, moving forward, you exhibited a little bit more consideration because it hurts my feelings. I think if you put it like that and you just leave it at that most people are going to be able to say, okay, I appreciate what you said. I didn't realize I was doing that. I didn't mean to do that. And we'll move forward. So it's this great benefit to express yourself, to relieve some of the pressure, to affect slight change on a situation before there's any sort of resentment and serious problems. In other words, this is a skill of being mature, of saying along the way, these are my wants, these are my needs, making them known to the other people you're involved with, not doing it in an aggressive, hateful, abusive, victim-creating way, and then moving forward in a reasonable way. And I think that this is a better way for you to interact with people and to treat yourself, and that you'll be happier along the way, and you'll just be much more effective. And when you've got the other tips in mind, your own goal, your own motivations, you're not relying on other people, and then you're expressing your feelings, about what's going on along the way so that you can get, some course corrections, I think you'll just be much more effective, and I think you'll be much more happy, right? I know that this, it works that way for me. And there's this tendency as a strong man to be like, no, I'm not going to complain. No, I'm not going to express my feelings. Oh, I'm just going to let that ride and, and we'll deal with that further down the road. But that might not be the best model, moving forward all the time. I'm not suggesting that a person, become a complainer, but that you let your feelings out, your perceptions out along the way so that your thoughts, your ideas, what you want can be a consideration in the minds of others moving forward, right? So that you don't feel like you're just being neglected and left out, right? But you do it in this mature, I'm just expressing what's going on with me right now kind of way. Don't become a conversational narcissist. Don't turn everything towards you personally and your problems. Don't take every opportunity of interacting with somebody as this chance to get out all these horrible feelings that you have, or just things that you need to express. Don't let them build up is what I'm saying, because I believe that's what might be happening with the conversational narcissist. Check out one of my earlier videos, on the art of conversation, or what is conversation and why it's important. Okay, the number one tip to be happy from Howard Dare is, you ready? Okay, here it is. Be happy. The number one tip that I have for being happy is to be happy, to have a positive attitude, to move forward with the confidence that you're doing the right thing in the right way, that you're treating people in the right way, and that you expect to be treated in a decent, fair, honest, truthful way. That's it. And have a good attitude. You know what I mean? Be confident moving forward with that. You don't have to be nervous. You don't have to be awkward. You don't have to be all worried. You don't have to question your motives. Remember, you don't want anything from anybody. You know what I mean? Even when you're expressing how what's going on with you. The person, it's fine if the person just hears it and looks at you and says absolutely nothing and just, continues on. You've been completely effective because all you were looking to do was to get your feelings out. And as I said, I think you'll be amazed at how effective it is. And why shouldn't you have a positive attitude? I mean, given these other steps, right? It's infectious. It's one of those things that you really do need to fake it a little bit until you make it. And this is not, you're putting on a false front. This is everything is as it should be, and you're moving forward with the confidence that you've been successful before. So those are my tips for being happy. And, I stated them in a really general kind of way because I wanted them to apply in this kind of very wide set of circumstances. But if you'll think about it, like if you meet people that exhibit these qualities, they're likable people. I mean, I might not be, interested in the same things that this person is interested in, but it's an independent person who goes after what they want in life, who knows what they want in life. They've got their own personality. They're not placing undue burdens on other people, right? Because they don't expect other people to give them things. So I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, donate, and join me again, Howard Dare, as I plan to have more content for you. Thank you, MGTOW.